What is going on, everyone? My name is Size and welcome back to the Palworld Guide video. In this video I'm going to be showing you guys even more 5 best base locations. Now these locations are going to have everything from sulfur, copper, metal, quartz, everything. We're even going to go over a location where you can actually farm some really rare pals, and we're going to show a location that is absolutely gorgeous to build a base on, is like your home base and breeding and stuff like that. Also, I have started a community dedicated server, so if you guys are interested in joining that, all the relevant information on how to do so will be in my Discord. The link for that will be in the description as well as the comment section of this video. So with that being said, let's get straight into the top 5. So before we get into the top 5, I just wanted to show this amazing base. It is absolutely huge. It is on a spot where it is very unrateable. Basically, I'm pretty sure it is impossible to get rated up here. It is very big, where you guys can pretty much build everything you want. It's basically completely flat as well. Now these lights will light up as well in the nighttime and actually give your base some illumination and lighting. And there's 4 chests that consistently spawn up here as well, no matter if you block the spawns or not. So it is such a beautiful base location with the scenery as well. I just wanted to go ahead and include this as a bonus location before we get into the top 5. Now if you're wondering where this location is at, you can find this at -81, positive 193, as you can see at the bottom left of my screen. So with that being said and that out of the way, we can actually get into the top 5. Now coming in at number 5, we have a spot at -538 and -480. Now this is in the volcano area, so you are going to have some heat resistance, but this has an amazing amount of metal. I'm pretty sure there's around 9 or 10 metal nodes here that you can actually go ahead and mine to get started on going into ingots and refine ingots in the later game stages. Now the area that this is at is on top of a hill, and there's only really one point of access is through the front, but since there is a kind of like a landslide here, a cave-in, whatever you want to call it, blocking that hillside, it is going to be pretty much impossible to get raided here, or very, very difficult, and it is very well fortified. But like I said, the only issue with this is you are going to have some heat resist, but besides that, it is pretty flat. It's pretty big as well, where you can actually go ahead and build a pretty decently sized base, and just the amount of metal nodes, I think, is the reason why this got to the number 5 spot. Now coming in at number 4, we have a spot with a really good amount of sulfur and 1 metal node as well. The location for this is a -587 and -413. Now the only issue with this is you are going to have heat resistance as well, like the number 5 spot. But the main issue, like I said, is that it's just really on a volcano, like what do you call it, like a molten magma. So you're going to need to build up foundations a little bit, and kind of build yourself a nice flat area to go ahead and put your base down, so you can go ahead and set up a farming base. But you can actually place the foundations on this lava, as long as they're stone, high enough to where you will not get burned from the magma. So you can basically have a gigantic flat area like this, put your foundations high enough, build a very flat area, and then you can have all this to mine, which there's a good amount of sulfur nodes as well as an iron node as well, making this a 2 resource base area. And like I said, it is very fortified since you're on top of this gigantic like mountain, so you're not going to get raided at all. Now coming in at the number 3 spot, we actually have one of these sanctuary islands. Now this one is positive 666 and positive 641. You can pretty much make it on any of these sanctuary islands, but the reason why I decided to do the top right one is because I felt that there is some of the best rare pals that spawn at the top right one. I'm not going to say it, and just because I don't know if there's some new people playing the game, so I don't want to spoil anything for them, but you can get some of the best pals to actually spawn up here. Now there's a bunch of places where you can actually make your base up here. You can make it right here instead of down and get a coal and a metal node. You can make it down here as well and get another metal and coal node and maybe get more. But the whole point of this, in my opinion, I would place it up here just because it is really fortified. You're going to get 1 metal and coal node. It's big enough to where you can pretty much build whatever you want up here. And your backside is really fortified. They can't come up for raiding. They can only come through the front, so you can easily build like a gate and so on up there, and be really, really fortified. Or if you wanted to be 100% impossible to raid, you could just build it up here, but you won't have access to any resource nodes. But like I said, the main reason for this base and why it's number 3 is just because there's a little bit of coal and metal on this, what do you call it, on the Sanctuary Islands. But the main reason is just you can basically just infinitely farm rare pals on the Sanctuary of your base. So that's why I decided to go ahead and put this at number 3. Coming in at number 2, we have a base at positive 303 and positive 241. Now this has an amazing amount of coal here. You can pretty much set up a really efficient coal auto mining base up here. It is a little bit uneven, but it is flat enough to where you can go ahead and build some foundations and make this really flat up here. But like I said, just the amount of coal up here is absolutely amazing. Now, the coal alone would not make this number 2, but if we go over here, we actually have a skill fruit tree where you can farm some of those insanely rare, high-powered epic skill fruits to give you an amazing, what do you call it, damage boost, and allows your tames to learn different move types than they normally would. And since this is in a later game area, the top right of the map, we can go ahead and take full advantage and actually farm those epic skill fruits to get, like I said, a really nice high-powered moves, as well as just having a really nice automated coal base. So just mixing those two is the reason why this got the number 2 spot. Now for the number 1 spot, we have a really cool base location. The quartz for this is a positive 137 and positive 404. Now you do have quartz and iron up here, or metal, but you are going to kind of need to run around. It is a little bit spread out. This location right here is the best location I found that has 2 metal and 1 quartz node. But the main thing that I really like about this area and why it's number 1 is you're on a gigantic, basically cliff face, so it is pretty much impossible to get raided from anything than the front. On top of that, we are near the snow area, so if you do step into it, you will have to have cold res. But as long as you're on this grass area, you don't have to have anything, so you can come here really early. And like I said, it's a really nice spot to build on. It's very fortified, and the thing that really takes it to number 1 to me is that you have a skill fruit tree at the very back. Now, since we are in pretty much the latest game area you can possibly be in, this is going to basically act as the highest chance of getting those epic skill fruits. So this skill fruit tree, you're going to have the best chance of actually getting it. So that's why I decided to say, you know what, I am going to go ahead and put this at number 1 because of the skill fruit tree here, how fortified it is, the amazing view, how cool it looks, and how early you can actually get here and go ahead and start building. All of that, in my opinion, mixed together is the reason why I had to put this at number 1. But obviously, if you guys think that something else deserves number 1, or maybe I missed your guys' favorite base spot, let me know in the comment section below. Hope you guys found this video helpful at all in finding base locations, and if you did, if you could consider hitting that like and subscribe button, it really lets me know you guys are enjoying these type of videos. I keep making these videos in the future, and it really helps with the YouTube algorithm. Hope you guys have a great rest of your day or night depending on where you're watching the video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.